It takes time to build up a culture that has a lot of safety, that has practices of conversation, right? We live in a culture of quick comebacks, argument, rebuttal that's in the larger world. So it takes quite a bit of explicit, intentional setting of norms, setting of practices in the classroom so that kids can explore their own identities and feel safe doing that. It involves a lot of uncertainty, and also to build up the practices so that kids are patiently listening to each other without judgment, without those clever comebacks. Other kids are in their own process. They need the space to be there. This takes an investment in setting up quite a few daily practices.
Did you ever wonder why it's so common for the same 4 to 5 students to raise their hands to speak up in class? By the time students get to high school, they've had thousands of hours sitting in classes in which, statistically, 90% of the questions we ask as teachers are, guess what the teacher is thinking questions. Questions in which the teacher has a single answer in mind, wants one student in the class to verbally say it aloud. The question usually starts with, who can tell me? And in that moment, half the class has decided to let someone else take on that job. The teacher is asking for a recall of basic facts, like in the Jeopardy TV show. And one is always sharing your answer in a social setting, that classroom of peers, in which the adult will be publicly assessing if your response is the right one. It's not a situation that anyone would say is ideal for getting lots of people to risk sharing their thinking. So we're going to look now at practices that give students a message much different, that this classroom is a safe one for pondering deeply, for wondering aloud, for listening to how others make sense of the curriculum, and for believing that their own ideas are worthy. In such a setting, student brains are in the state of calm anticipation, ready to dive into deep, complex material.